I'll mute the TV a second, so otherwise we're going to have lots of explosions going on. Mute. Here we go, done. Right then guys, this is the XRGB FrameMeister review. I've had the unit now for a week. I've tried it on various consoles, various different PAL 60Hz consoles. I've tried it from LCD TV, I've tried it through my PC monitor, and there you go. It's, the unit itself is a small upscaling unit. It's pretty damn light. I was quite surprised how light it was when I took it out of the box. It does have connectors on the front for S-Video, where it's got composite in. You've got an RGB in, which requires a lead, which comes with the unit, thank God. The only problem with that lead is wired to Japanese 21-pin SCART, so you've got a couple of choices. You either rewire the lead to Euroscat itself, or you buy a lead off the internet. Probably the best place I found for leads at the moment is retrogamingconsoles.co.uk. They supplied me with the FrameMeister lead. What I did find though, where most of my consoles did work, I had a problem with my SNES and my Saturn, which I just couldn't get a picture at all. Messing around with the settings on the FrameMeister, I just couldn't get any picture whatsoever. So I decided to rewire the original lead that came with it. So I did that yesterday, rewired that lead to PAL, Euroscat, and I noticed that it has the grounds connected on the red, green and the blue, which then, once I did that, put it in, worked. My Saturn and my SNES worked straight away, no problems at all. So what I did with the cable that came from Retro Gaming Cables, I decided just to add the grounds on the red, green and blue, and that fixed it. So I've emailed them just to let them know that they may want to start connecting the grounds on the cable to save any problems with sync issues. But since I've done that, I've had no problems at all. Everything syncs fine. I even had the video up, you may have seen it, of my my Neo Geo MVS system running off my homemade Supergun. That works fine. Just a slight adjustment to the scan lines. I say the unit itself comes in a box. You can only be buying from Japan. Comes in a box, got its own power supply in there, which you're going to need a step down converter. I have found a replacement UK power supply for it, which was recommended off a website that has got lots of information on the FrameMeister. I've ordered that. It's exactly the same voltage, exactly the same ampage, and should be fine. Just plug it in, job done. So I've ordered that, so hopefully I'll have that soon. Which what I'll do, I'll put a link down in the description for that as well. Same for Retro Gaming Cables. I say also on the unit, if you look at the back of the unit, there's a D-sub connector, which Japanese TVs do have D-subs, we don't. That D-sub connector, you can buy a composite lead for it. You can plug anything composite, say the Wii, the original Xbox, not composite, component, the Wii, the original Xbox. You plug all that into it, and then it'll upscale it from the 480p image you get out of there up to 1080p if you want. I thought I'd order myself one of them as well, so that came with the unit. One thing I didn't get in the box was a HDMI cable, which is a bit cheap, to be honest, because it's not a cheap unit, and I would have expected a free HDMI cable. But you know, I suppose that's how the world is these days. No one gives you any extra cables. Bought the unit from Solaris Japan. They were quite friendly. Emailed them a few times about some questions, and I did ask them to mark down the parcel a bit so I could save money on the import duty, and which they did. So I can't fault that. Like I said, on their website it was showing with the D-sub cable, the postage, the unit itself came to 293 quid. But I was happy to find out that when PayPal charged my account, the exchange rate had changed, so I only paid 250 quid. So it's a lovely saving of £40. can't fault that. But so anyway, you get a stand in the box as well if you want to stand the unit vertical. Let me just open the box now, just make sure there's nothing else that comes in it. I think that was it. Oh yeah, there's some, you know, some instructions and everything, but they're all in Japanese, so they're pretty useless to us. So I say the unit itself, I've been trying lots of consoles out on it, getting a few mixed results. I would say overall, at first I was not super excited about the picture, but then I realised it was only it was only outputting 480p. So my monitor, my TV were upscaling that image. And then when I realised and changed it to 720 and put scan lines on, it was just like, whoa. One of those wow moments, you think, my god, that looks amazing. So I tried various consoles. RGB, upscaling with scan lines, looks amazing, really good. Some of the really older consoles look especially very nice, especially things like the Master System, the Neo Geo, look very nice indeed. So does the Mega Drive actually. The other connection, I tried the S-Video, I tried my PC Engine FX on the S-Video, and I was very surprised that the picture quality was pretty stunning. It looks much better than it does normally, so I'm happy with that. And I think one of the biggest impresses I've seen on it so far is my AV converted original Famicom, which hasn't got the best picture quality outputting from that. I plugged that into the composite connectors on the FrameMeister, and the picture quality that cleans up the image so well. And look, it does look damn good. I'm very impressed with that. It's probably the most impressive thing I've seen the unit do so far. It's very good. So before, you know, I've been looking at the unit probably over the last 2 years, and it's probably the same as you lot out there. You look at it, you think 250, 300 quid for a scaling unit. Is it really worth the money? It's a lot of money. Is it really worth the money? I did a lot of research, and I didn't find a bad review of it. In fact, I'll put up a review in the comments. I've got a website you can go to. I'll chuck that in the comments. You guys can have a look at it. Every review I've seen, every video online I've seen, all say that the unit is amazing and does exactly what it says in the box. And so I was a bit dubious spending, you know, 250, 300 quid on it. But now, after using it for a week and trying it on lots of different consoles, I'm pretty damn impressed. And to be honest, I think I'm going to be playing everything running through the unit from now on. I've still got my old CRT TV, which I will keep, and I'll still run a few things through it, I may as well. And one thing the unit doesn't have is the RF connection. I've got 1 or 2 RF consoles, mainly Ataris. So an old TV is very useful for that. I suppose, well, maybe upscaled RF would look really terrible, I don't know. But yeah, so I dumped my money on the unit. Come back, I'm very impressed indeed. I do think it was worth the money. I do have another scaling unit, which is called a Centaur Pro. I've got that plugged up to my PC mod. It does a not bad job of upscaling the image. Only problem is I only have to upscale it to 480p because my monitor puts it in widescreen and it stretches the shit out of it and it looks terrible. It does have a little bit of lag on my Centaur unit, but it's not too bad, and considering it was on websites for 300 quid and I picked it up for 20 quid, I got no complaints. But when it comes to lag, the FrameMeister, literally, apparently it's 20 milliseconds, which is less than a frame, and it's really not noticeable. I'm well impressed. I can't notice any lag at all on it. The unit's pretty damn fast. Yeah, so I say it comes with a remote control as well, which is quite a nice remote, none of those thin flappy watch battery ones, which are pretty terrible. But it's a nice quality remote. The only thing, the remote is all in Japanese, which is a bit of a snag, but if you have a look on eBay, there is an American seller that'll sell a remote overview, sort of overlay, all in English. Well handy, well worth the money. I think it cost me £6 posted. Well worth the money to put on the unit. So you say the unit's on screen now, so if I go to the unit now, if I can go to it, Yeah, there's the unit now, and it's got you can see it's got a lot of image. Tell you what, phone's going again. You can see you've got a lot of options on the images. So I think my iPad is running out of storage at the moment. So what I'll do, I'll make a second part of this video, and then I'll run through the menus and everything on it. So thanks for now.